So you want to win on turn 3 in Riftbound, is that right? Well, the new set Unleashed gives us the tools that might make that a possibility. But I need to warn you, huge disclaimer on this video. The only thing people hate more than control is a combo deck. And this might just be both. I'll go through the steps of how to do the combo, how to set it up, and I'll also give you a deck that can maybe make it work. But just know, your friends will hate you. Alright, let's dive into the pieces that kind of make this puzzle all come together. So there are two initial parts of this combo in order to make it actually happen and happen at reaction speed, catching a lot of people off guard, unless they've seen this video. Don't tell your friends. Anyway, the first piece that you need is going to be a battlefield. That's right, we're signaling that we're comboing way in advance. But don't worry, it's what catches them off guard, which is the key thing. And they have to play around it, which is also a whole nother layer of mind games. But what battlefield, you say? It is the Grand Plaza. Yes, returning from set 1 of Origins, the Grand Plaza, when you hold here with 7 or more units, you win the game. A powerful effect, but for 7 units, well, you're probably already winning if you have 7 units, right? Well, we can get there on our 3rd turn, which is way faster than ever possible before, meaning you can really catch some people off guard. But how do we get to 7 units? That's a lot of people. Well, thanks to Origins, we have a new spell, and it's not in purple. Hooray! However, the deck I have for you is in purple, so I don't know, maybe just go to the dark side? Anyway, we can build around it, but number 4, the 4-power Flurry of Feathers right here is a new spell. It's a reaction speed, costs 4 and 2 green power. It gives you a choice. You can choose one. Counter a spell, useful, or second option, which we'll be using for the combo, play 4 one-might bird tokens with Deflect. That's a lot of bird tokens at instant speed, and we can put them onto a battlefield where you control, and I'm sure you're seeing how this might be piecing together. But we need 3 units already on our battlefield. That might be a tell. And on our 3rd turn, how is that even possible? Well, I have a deck for you, and I will walk you through how the process looks in a simulated going second kind of starting off turn if we're just tunnel visioned on the combo, trying to win as fast as possible. Let's show you how it's done. Let me swap over to TCG Arena here, and I'll walk you through the process. Alright, starting out from scratch, we're going second. We'll take a look at the hand, and alright, this is very close to what we need. We'll put one of these away. If you want to be defensive, you can keep let's keep this one. I'll get rid of the other Scuttle Crab. Alright, draw 2. So we're still missing the 3rd piece. We're still missing 2 other pieces of the combo, but let's get going for the turn. Draw a card. Okay, we have the other piece of the combo now. We just need a hidden card, and we are off to the races. So I'll play that. We'll pass. Second turn, we have our hidden card, so I will go forward, put Scuttle Crab up here. I'll tap 3 to play Shadow, and then I will hide a card here. Now, as we pass, your opponent's probably not going to swing into a Shadow where they know they're going to get stunned, and they have an Evelyn, or they have a hidden card here, so they're most likely going to leave you alone. This is where you get them on the combo. We pass back to them, they pass back to us. Now, we awaken beginning phase. Before we channel, this is important, you have to have 4 runes, you have to have your Flurry of Feathers, and effectively 3 creatures here, but in response to this battlefield trigger, we can actually dig a little bit deeper, because we're getting the hold, so we will trigger the hold. We can draw to take an extra look if we don't have the piece we need, but now we're just going to go ahead and play Flurry of Feathers, recycling 2, creating 4 bird tokens at this battlefield. And then we will also unveil our hidden card, which we don't have to pick any targets for. It is a May. And then this battlefield trigger, since we're doing this all in response to the battlefield trigger, will resolve. We've got 7 creatures. 3rd turn, we won the game at instant speed. So unless your opponent has anything reaction speed or has like a counter to bump this out, if you are hard going for the counter or going for the combo, this will get you there. So that's the combo. That's essentially how it can work if it's set up and everything, the stars align perfectly. But keep in mind, you can literally do this at any point you're holding the battlefield. If you've got 3 units there, which is not an unreasonable amount of units to have at a battlefield, you don't even have to be in purple. You can be in green. You can have 2 units and a hidden card. They don't know what it is. It could be anything. Anybody who can run green, you can run this battlefield and you can sneak out a combo win just with those 2 cards. It's a very interesting way that people are going to have to kind of keep at the front of their mind. They're going to have to be aware that this is a thing that can happen. But in a deck that can actually survive and can work, what does that look like, right? You're going to need a lot of cheap cards because you got to develop early. You need a lot of interactions, hidden cards, things like that to kind of sneak out the win. And also a 4-mana counterspell that doesn't really just ease into most decks very simply. Even at, making 4 1-might tokens with Deflect, that's not super efficient, especially in today's economy. So what is a deck that kind of works? Well, let me swing you over to Piltover Archive here, and we'll actually walk through and take a look at a Vex Hold deck that I've built. Now, again, we're not all the way through the set, so there's probably new releases that'll come out that may even be better for slots like this. There might be a better shell for this kind of a combo if you want to focus just on the combo, or if you want to focus on a more control-heavy deck. There's probably better control variants of Vex out there, but this is what I've cooked up. This is a simple thing. You can change out the battlefields as you need. The only one we're concerned about for the combo's sake is the Grand Plaza. But what does the main deck look like? Well, we're going to be rolling with Vex Apathetic. She's going to be our chosen champion. This card, if you haven't seen it yet, is absolutely busted. It's insane the amount of value you get on 4 energy for no power, 4 might, has deflect, and this insane static ability that your opponents, their units are stunned and they can't move if they're played while she's at a battlefield, which you're doing anyway. You want to be at a battlefield to hold. This is crazy amount of value for a single card. Very, very powerful effect. That'll be our chosen champion. We have a couple seals to help with power costs to make things a little bit easier, especially with her signature spell Shadow. It lets you stun an attacking unit. It costs 1 energy and a power, so those seals help us kind of keep an open stun up every turn without actually having to deramp or tax our mana. The overall 2 drops in Shell compose of 2 Evelyns, which is a very good. This is basically charm on a body, and she has backline, which can definitely bait people into attacking if they're not familiar with backline, but more so it helps you pull problematic units from either the backline or the base or from another battlefield over to you to get killed. We also run 3 Scuttle Crab. Scuttle Crab is a really, really good card, actually, guys. This thing is amazing. Getting insight into your opponent's hand on a body for free when it dies and it replaces itself. It's just a 2-mana super value card that can also conquer and set you up on battlefields early, and you can recur it with Last Rites. Having information as a control player is one of the most important things that you can have, and this gives it to you for literally no downside. Windsinger also is a 3-of. This is a hidden card. It's a 2-might unit. It has a lot of good targets in the meta. There's things that can just get bounced. We're looking to execute kind of a tempo gameplay here, but also it can return a Scuttle Crabs, it can return Evelyn, it can be part of the combo, it can save Shadow in a pinch. Lots and lots of uses. This deck is deceivingly tricky with the amount of combat tricks and little intricacies that it can pull out. We have a standard counterspell suite, 3 Defies. There are so many targets for Defies. You just got to have 3 now. I think it's kind of almost mandatory. 2 Not So Fasts, also very, very useful. 2 Fighter Flights to kind of help more unit manipulations, very good. I've got 2 Switcheroos, as they think, oh, you're just going to, it's a Scuttle Crab and a Windsinger or an Evelyn. There's only 2 might at that battlefield. Those swinging with their big guy, it actually was a Switcheroo. Now that's something that they have to think about every time you have a hidden card. It's super valuable because just never knowing what they're swinging into will really turn a lot of people away from swinging until the last moment when they absolutely have to. And that sets you up really good for out of nowhere combat wins, or gives you enough time to find the answers you need. You got to be bluffing, never tap out. Never tap out. Also 2 Boots of Swiftness and a Last Rites. A little bit of gear in the deck helps us with some cross battlefield mobility and a little bit of recursion. Very, very good. Shadow we talked about. Star-Crossed. This card's very powerful. It's an instance. It's a reaction speed. It lets you bounce a friendly and an enemy unit. You can bounce an Elder Dragon in response to its attack, to its play trigger. Send it back to their hand. You pick up your Scuttle Crab. None of your units die. They don't get their trigger. Super strong effect. Very, very powerful. Sona in this deck is a no-brainer. She actually works really, really well. Being able to ready your runes makes it so that you don't ever tap out. Super important. Even without the combo, I was running Windwall because there are spells that just totally destroy your game plan. Unchecked Power and Ruination are, and Time Warp are all things that you're going to have to be aware of and playing around. So having a counter spell in our arsenal that just flat counters a spell, no questions about it, cannot be defied. You can get, abandoned, which would suck, or other maybe hard bargained, but for the most part, this is a straight up counter spell. Very good, and it has an out that also gives us some deflect units against control, or just gives us a combo win. We love that. And then the last one ofs here, Tiana Crown Guard, very good card for mirror breaks and for decks that want to play slow. They want to just hold. They can't really interact with your battlefield. They're just trying to do their own thing on their own side. You just drop this at the very last second, deny them one extra point, and then all of a sudden their whole game plan comes crashing down because they don't have a way to clear your entire battlefield for the last point. It's a great way to sneak out an easy win on somebody, or make it so that they are forced to interact with your battlefield, giving you the tools that you need to kind of push yourself into an advantageous spot. Alongside Vile Maul, an absolute monster of a card. It has Ambush, so it can be played as a reaction to any battlefield where you have units. So yes, you can swing in with the Scuttle Crab and oops, Vile Maul, just blow out somebody's board and they can't deal damage. Also, when you hold, he draws an extra card. So if you're even concerned about the fact that this deck maybe doesn't, the combo pieces are spread out or it's going to be too far across, this deck has an insane amount of draw power. You see a lot of your cards all the time, and I would not be surprised if Vex is a very powerful house in the upcoming set, for sure. And with that being said, I've kind of walked you through the deck. I've walked you through kind of the steps of the combo, so really appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully this wasn't too long of a video. I'm trying to keep it under 10 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to make it there or not. It might be a little bit longer because I'm rambling, but appreciate y'all hanging out. And if you want to see some gameplay, comment, show us some damn gameplay. I'll record a couple games. I'll kind of show you how it goes out. I don't know if watching a control deck is going to be the most fun, but we're here for the combo games, right? We're here for the combo wins. Explaining it to people, they don't seem very happy about it. But either way, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if it was helpful, if I have enlightened you on things that you need to be aware of so you don't get totally blown out on turn 3, toss me a like or subscribe. I'll probably make a video anyway because I'm playing so much Riftbound every day. I'll just probably put out a video anyway. But make sure you subscribe so you can see. Anyway, thanks y'all for watching. See you in the next video. Take it easy.